You're probably familiar with Big Warlock by now. It centers around amorphous slime, discarding some giant undead minion from your hand, and then when it dies, it summons the giant undead minion, and you basically just cheat out a bunch of stats and try to win the game from there. But the version of this deck that I'm playing is quite a bit different from the other ones I've seen on ladder. Most Big Warlocks play Vandar, which seems to make sense with all the big minions, but I've never really cared for it. It doesn't really help you with playing amorphous slime, and it blocks you from playing some pretty powerful cheat minions. So one that I'm playing is Sir Finley's Sea Guide, which we're basically just using to dig for amorphous slime as aggressively as possible, since the deck does kind of center around the card. We also get to play Bran Bronzebeard, which is absolutely insane with Infantry Reanimator, summoning a whole extra Thaddeus or something like that. And with the inclusion of Bran Bronzebeard, it actually leads us to another thing I've never liked about this deck, which is Rivendare War Rider. So it's a decent win condition on its own, but it's pretty useless in a lot of matchups. And a lot of times you play Slime, discard Rivendare against like aggro or something, and then you just kind of concede because the Rivendare is not that useful. So I cut Rivendare to make my undead cheating a little bit more consistent. And since we already play Thaddeus and Bran, I include Zola and Alexstrasza, which gives us a 48 damage OTK. And it's very easy to hit Thaddeus on the right polarity, because it's always discounting your odd cards when you hit it off Infantry Reanimator or Habeas Corpses. Also without Vandar, we can play ETC Band Manager, and in this case, I simply put Rivendare inside the ETC. So, if my Alexstrasza gets patchworked or something, we've got the backup plan. One final cool thing about my list is Mailbox Dancer. This card has been really good in Big Spell Mage to cheat out Belinda and Sorceress early, and we can use it in this deck to cheat out Amorphous Slime a whole turn early, which is very strong. I've gone 11-4 with this deck, so it feels pretty strong, but I'm curious to see how the changes feel for other people. Alright, got ourselves a Death Knight. I've been playing against pretty much exclusively Blood Death Knight recently, but who knows what this Death Knight is. Alright. That is a turn 3 slime if I can find an undead. Looks like this might not be blood. But the fun thing is it might still be blood. You never really know. The really fun thing though is turn 3 slime with Flesh Behemoth. I think I do just go slime here. I could go turn 5 slime coin shallow grave, but I think the slime does pretty well here. I'm happy to shallow grave either the slime itself or the Flesh Behemoth. And if it gets frozen or something, then that's fine too, right? Alright, probably take a trade and then have 2 4/8s with taunt. Not a bad turn 4, I will say. Alright, the opponent's making progress over there. Wow, they're just beating their way through, huh? I think Dark Condorthier pretty much just ends the game here. Thaddeus a little bit less so. Looks like my opponent agrees. Yeah, let's just go Mailbox Dancer into Slime. Surely I hit one of my 4 undead minions by then, right?
Need a bit more spice over here.
Alright, found an undead. Best draw on my deck now is probably Shallow Grave, because I don't think they'll be able to kill Slime and Flesh Behemoth, will they?
Initializing descent.
I think I can get away with tapping here. Could also coin a Mailbox Dancer. Not really sure I want to give the opponent the other coin this early. They could bump and then coin Purator.
Reporting for duty.
Shallow Grave. So I could go Mailbox Dancer, Drain Soul, and then next turn could just be Slime, coin Shallow Grave. I get 2 Flesh Behemoths that pull 2 insane minions from the deck. I think that's probably good, right? Having 2 Flesh Behemoths is probably better than Shallow Graving my 1 Flesh Behemoth. Is it actually? I don't know. Get to just immediately pull Thaddeus doing that. It's definitely more stats this way.
Reporting for duty. So generous.
Alright. Pretty nice. I actually could just top deck Bran and have lethal next turn, which would be pretty funny. That's if they give me Thaddeus. I could even tap into it, I think. Oh, wow. Do you have the other lawyer?
I do my reward. True strength comes from within.
No other lawyer, but a Seal of Blood would be very good here.
Need a bit more spice over here.
Well, I've always got mana to tap here. Darn. No Bran. How unlucky. Oh, I actually just still have lethal though, don't I?
And the cycle of life is reborn anew.
This is like not even close. I don't know what I was doing tapping. Just a casual 7 damage over lethal on turn 6.
Gul'dan versus the Lich King.
Will serve me in death. Your soul shall be mine.
Love slime.
Side effects? No. Trust me.
Alright, looking like a slow deck, which is what we love to see with Slime Thaddeus in hand. So if I tap and then I draw, I go up to 9 cards. If I Drain Soul, I go down to 6, draw up to 7. I can play Scourge Supplies. I think it makes sense to Drain Soul here.
My blood for the Lich King.
I'm kind of tempted to discard this Dark Ondrathyr so that Slime hits Thaddeus. But it's got to be Mailbox Dancer.
My blood for the Lich King.
Wow, that is a really, really bad slime target. But we hit the good one. Hey, where's my Zola? Zola is lethal. Here's the thing about Zola. It's still lethal. Combo does 48. Obliterate.
Be merciful.
I do like Infantry Reanimator guaranteeing Thaddeus, but it's probably just so good to play Reanimator Slime here.
We're not done with you yet.
They showed an Obliterate already. Can they deal with this Thaddeus? I believe Habeas Corpses is guaranteed to hit Thaddeus at this point as well. So even if they, even though this is going to be on the wrong polarity, or it's going to be dead, then I should still be able to play 16, 22 damage from hand. Which, 22 damage from hand, it turns out, not good enough. That's good enough, though. This is 3 mana, and then I have Bran, Alex, Zola, Alex. I don't need to play double Alex after Zolaing.
And the cycle of life is reborn anew. And the cycle of life is reborn anew.
That's a turn 7 lethal.
Gul'dan versus Mal'Ganis.
I live once more. Your soul shall be mine.
Bit stinky of a hand here, I would say. Warlock is probably pretty scary. Zoo is pretty tough. I do have Slime, though. Definitely don't want to Finley when I have Slime. Maybe I would Finley on 4 if I had Slime and no Undead. Because then there'd be a pretty good chance of hitting Slime plus Undead. But there's my Undead for my Slime. So probably just, I don't know, tap next turn, ETC on 4. Can I do that? Tap up to 8, drop to 9, ETC to 9. Yeah, we're good. Although I don't really know what I'm doing with ETC. I have Tamsin, Rivendare, and Entitled Customer. None of that sounds particularly important. Maybe this is the big Warlock mirror, and I just want Rivendare. I guess I'll just go Rivendare. I have a pretty weird hand here, honestly. I've got the Slime, but like Flesh Behemoth is a bad discard because I have no Undead in my deck. So, I guess that actually makes Rivendare an improvement over Flesh Behemoth. Oh, that's a bad overdraw. Yeah, hit the worst discard. Hate to see it. It might not be bad if I can get the Rivendare down, though. Because then it would actually pull something. Wow. This is just removal Warlock. You're out of mana over there, buddy. Maybe they're thinking about coining out Touch of the Nathrezim, but that's very dangerous since they don't know that it doesn't pull anything.
My time comes to an end.
Whack 'em. Oh, we love when they kill Rivendare first. Absolute fool. It's probably correct, because this does make it less likely in general that I would hit Thaddeus. But I don't have Thaddeus. I do have Dark Underthere, and my opponent is kind of getting their ass beat here. Probably a pretty good chance that they're just dead to Alexstrasza on curve.
For all I've given, I do my reward.
Okay. Did you know that you're almost dead on board? I have 18 to my opponent's 19. This is Rush Horse, so I probably just traded in. I don't think I would ever have lethal with, like, Finley. So opponent should be at 7 here, which makes Alexstrasza lethal. They do have to deal with a couple of 6/6s and not be dead to Alexstrasza, but Habeas Corpses is a good way to start.
My time comes to an end.
They do need more than this, though.
Feed upon its strength.
Okay, that keeps them alive. I might still play Alexstrasza here.
And the cycle of life is
It's just so much pressure. Like, they have to deal with this, and then I can still draw into, like, Infantry Reanimator or Habeas Corpses to revive Dark Underthere. Or they can just kill this, and then I can just play Thaddeus, and then they have to deal with Thaddeus, and then I can play Infantry Reanimator or whatever. And this is all happening while I also have 2 Horsemen in deck that eventually just win the game. They are kind of popping off here, though. So, I do have Slime for Thaddeus. This might just be Finley to dig for Horseman.
is not my goal.
That's a Horseman. That's also a Horseman. I can't kill this Horseman on my own. I have Drain Soul Touch, which doesn't quite get the job done. That's pretty scary. Do I just... Oh, well, that's lethal, actually. I was gonna say, do I just win by leaving the taunt in play and they can't get through it? But I can also just Shallow Grave it. Very nice.
Gul'dan versus the Lich King.
Will serve me in death. Your souls shall be mine.
That's a beautiful slime. Give me an undead and a mailbox dancer halfway there. Did hit the more important half, though, I will admit.
And close enough.
Alright, well, this might be a Soul Rend on 4 rather than a Coin Slime, but that's fine. Maybe a good old-fashioned touch tap next turn. Maybe they play Magma Rager and I can also coil. Okay, I guess not. Looks like this might be a Coin Slime after all, because they're not really doing anything that's demanding a Soul Rend. Interesting. Let's just kill this. I didn't really want to take 2 damage from a tap, so this works. This is definitely a slime turn. Can Scourge supplies to dig for Shallow Grave next turn, maybe? Okay, so if I Scourge supplies, I can hit Drain Soul, 2 Shallow Graves, and like some fringe cases. I could hit like Touch plus Coil, or I actually already have a Coil, so I could just hit Touch. So I'd be Scourge supplying for 4 cards. I get 3 out of 20. That's really not bad, but what if I just play freaking Soul Rend? Lost a couple of pretty good cards. I really want to just hit them in the face with Alexstrasza.
And the cycle of life is
Die.
anew.
We are 1 turn before Frost Nova, Froststorm's Fury. So I think this 19 goes face like almost always. Unfortunately, I have a pretty bad hand for Thaddeus surviving. But the good thing is, even if all my cards cost max mana with Thaddeus in play, Thaddeus is still in play. Almost an insane Mara Manipulator. This would only hit Tamsin here that would be playable. Actually, no, I could play Rivendare just as a 1 mana 6/6. Let's go ahead and see what this hits. I don't think it's ever lethal. No way, I need a mailbox dancer.
Death is not my goal.
I think I just set the opponent to 3. They do have the good card. But like this 5/5 doesn't really matter since Thaddeus is just chilling here. If I can find a way to kill this, I can pull Dark Underthere for lethal. Zola also works.
And the cycle of life is reborn anew.
Got him.